Surprise, bitch!
Happy birthday!
Don't tell me anything.
Saw the advertisement.
Keeps cold things cold, hot things hot. How do it know?
Woo! Woo!
Pretty excited. Pretty excited. Pretty excited.
Good.
I had to switch my mic on here. It had the wrong mic for some reason.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
I had mine set to Tom. Oh, fuck my neck. Oh.
What's this bit you're doing with the neck?
I got thrown off a tuk-tuk. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I've been busy, Rob. I've been super busy. Hang on one sec. I gotta get these all clean for tomorrow. Get them back on the Alec Baldwin set.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Well, I switched the mic back to this one to make sure that it was working.
Yeah, it sounds great. Gotta get these all cleaned out. Back on. I'm doing double duty. I'm on Indiana Jones 5 and I'm on the Alec Baldwin set, which is a bit tricky, you know, because I got thrown out of a moving vehicle into a pile of metal chairs. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you see it online? I hope it did make it online. It probably didn't. It probably didn't. Anyway.
What are you doing, God damn it?
I got thrown out of a tuk-tuk into like a patio, like the, you know, when you go to Lowe's and they have all their furniture and shit like chained to the front of the store. That's what it looked like. A big pile of metal chairs. I got thrown into that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And then I had to hook on the fucking red eye to get back to God knows where to finish cleaning guns for the Alec Baldwin movie, which, you know what? Nobody showed up. I don't know where everybody was. They're not responding to my emails or anything.
Well, did you send it from your union email address?
I did. Yeah. And it, I got a weird error message when I got back. I don't know, like an out of office situation. No elaborate video. They just said we're out of the office. I thought was pretty weak.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? I tried to hit them up on my Nextel two-way. It didn't work either. It's probably just bad reception in the desert. Well, I don't know.
Well, it's probably the elevation. I heard you had to ice your face down in the morning if you're up that high.
It's true. Yeah. It has nothing to do with the fact that you drink whiskey for breakfast
and have an IV of Manhattans.
Correct. So other than that, I'm pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm tired.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if anything will put you to sleep tonight, it'll be this episode of the Too Critical Podcasts. But seriously, we're gonna put you in a coma. Tonight we have a guest on who's a very interesting person. When did we meet Dave? Dave.
You met him before me. Was the first time you met him when you did the shoot with Mitch?
Yeah.
So you met him in June?
That was June. That was June. We did all that shit.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, because the first one I couldn't go to. And then I went to the second one. And that was in July.
Holy fuck. We did all that stuff 2 months before Terrificon.
You did some of it like 3 weeks before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was
God bless cocaine, huh?
Hope that we'll have enough cocaine for Richard Dreyfuss.
Great motivator.
R2 unit has a bad motivator. Look.
Those late nights editing.
Cocaine. What a great motivator. What a great motivator. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's HAAG, right? Is it HAAG or HAAG? HAAG? HAAG. David HAAG.
HAAG.
David HAAG.
I believe it's a soft G, but the second one
it's a double G. So the second
one's the hard
silent.
G.
The first one is silent, and the second G is the hard G. You got to hit that G.
I think I can help you with this HAAG situation.
Got it. Okay, because I'm gonna
silent G.
I see. How do you think he pronounces GIF? Probably the same way.
Yeah, probably.
He just says Somebody sent me a today. Oh, that's strange. Cool whip. So Dave is a Freddy Krueger cosplayer, which is an interesting choice. I haven't seen that many Freddy Krueger cosplayers out there. There's probably a reason.
But of the ones we've seen, though, he's one of them.
He is one of them. That's true. We should have Dave do like a green screen thing with his glove. Like when we cut in between takes.
Watch out, man.
Watch out, bitch. I'll cut you in half, bitch.
Scary Terry, bitch. So what did you tell him we wanted to talk about tonight?
I don't know. I'm just gonna bust his balls, I guess.
Gonna ask him how he got into cosplaying as Freddy Krueger.
Of course. So, we're toying with this idea of doing the Too Critical Christmas special.
Mm-hmm.
And we were spitballing some ideas today, and I had texted Dave like last week to find out if we could get him on. And of course, he has a Santa Claus suit for Freddy Krueger. He already has a Santa suit for Freddy Krueger.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Does he really? Fuck. Look at you. Look at you, Freddy, doing Santa. Silent night, deadly night. Fuck. Go to sleep. Checking that list twice.
Look at this bear cat.
He'll kill you in your sleep.
Yeah.
Forget leaving coal in your stocking.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll take your soul. And Johnny Depp. He's relentless. Fuck. So he asked me what we wanted to talk about tonight, and I said, we want to talk to you a bit, and then we'll segue into Freddy. And then he replies, Freddy on a segue? And then he writes, move, bitch. And then I said, fuck you. Now we have to do it. And he said, I would totally bust my ass doing it, but I'm willing to do it. Imagine Freddy.
See,
we get a wireless mic on him, and we just do the camera from across the way, and it's just Freddy on a fucking Segway.
See, I'm not joking. Like, I want to talk to him about the serious alter ego issues that he has. Like, because he really is Jekyll and Hyde.
Right.
When he's Dave, he's a very quiet, well-mannered, respectful, like very nice man.
Right.
And then he puts that mask on, and you can get him to say anything.
Yep.
But if he doesn't have the mask on, you're like, hey, Dave, say bitch. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And he puts the mask on. You're like, Dave, say bitch. He's like, surprise, bitch. It's like, what just happened? Like,
yes.
He really like it's like Bruce Wayne and Batman, like just two totally different people.
Right.
Except instead of a playboy billionaire, he just pretends to be, tolerant to this Levi character or whatever his name is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the.
Oh wait, we're not doing it with.
Do it again. Nobody cares. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Too Critical Podcast, episode 34. Tonight we're talking to Dave HAAG.
Haagen-Dazs.
Dave. We're going to talk to Dave tonight, and Dave is a Freddy Krueger cosplayer, we think, or he could be Freddy Krueger. We're not even sure. And he's a very cool guy, very interesting cat. We're going to get to know him a bit, and then later on we're going to have a special guest. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Too Critical Podcast. Dave HAAG. Oh my God, he's even scary on Zoom.
Hey.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Can you see us?
Yeah. Would you
All
fall
right.
down?
Good night, Dave.
Good talk.
I got thrown out of a tuk-tuk on the set of Indiana Jones 5. Did you see me?
No.
Oh. Hopefully the video is not circulating the internet. It was very embarrassing.
He wanted to know if he could sue you for punitive damages.
Yeah, sue you.
No, you're not going to get much out of me.
All right, Dave, welcome to the Too Critical Podcast. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
Now, is that a real background, or are you actually in a boiler room?
I'm sitting in my mother's basement, and it's a backdrop.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's what I bring to the Comic-Cons and all that fun shit.
Dave, how do you pronounce your last name? We think it's HAAG.
It's HAAG. There's supposed to be an umlaut over the A.
It's like the Hague.
Yeah, the HAAG.
So Dave the Hague.
Yeah, fair enough.
Perfect. Rob said the first G was silent, but I wasn't quite sure. And you just hit that second G real hard. So
Yeah.
it's HAAG. All right, great. Well, welcome to the Too Critical Podcast. Thanks for coming on. So Dave, we want to get the
I can't, you can't take him seriously.
So Dave, we wanted to get the backstory about you a little bit. So we met you, Rob said in June, right?
Was that the first time?
Yeah, right? I didn't meet you before that.
Yeah, fucking Pee Wee Herman.
We were doing the Terrificon thing, right?
Yeah, I thought I had met you somewhere beforehand with Liz, and it's super sexy.
What is happening?
Sorry. I don't get to use Scotch tape that often. No, I think that's the first time I met you.
Oh.
Oh, that feels so much better. I'll try again tomorrow. I can still
He's a
get
fa-
down there. I had
he's a
those
fast
ribs.
healer.
I had those ribs removed for something. So it's a blowjob joke.
We got it. We got
Okay.
it.
So we met you last June when we were doing the Terrificon thing.
ER! Some joker down the hallway told me this was the sleep study lab.
Personally, I think it's a hit or miss with the cosplay people. Sometimes they're all right. Sometimes they're a little bit out there. You're definitely a little bit out there. But for some reason, we seem to get along quite well. But Rob and I are always amazed the couple times that we've been around you when we're talking to Dave and you're very shy, right?
Yeah.
You're a very quiet guy. And then when you put the mask on, it's like
Completely different person.
no holds barred.
I mean, I talked a little before you came on, and so Tom's been around more cosplayers than I have. But I've been around, obviously, at Terrificon, a ton of them, and then at Tom's Warehouse a decent amount. And there's no one that has a bigger alter ego than you. Like, you are like we can't even get you to like swear when you're just Dave.
Yeah, no, he wants Dave to do it. I got it. He won't do it.
You're a very polite but very quiet,
Right.
respectful person. Nothing wrong with that. That's probably if you walked around as your Freddy persona all day, you'd be an asshole like me. But
Probably.
you're a nice guy and you're quiet. And then you put that Freddy mask on and we can get you to say fucking anything. Like anything. As soon as you're Freddy Krueger,
Halloween's a special time of year. It always reminds me of hay rides, pumpkins, caramel apples.
Murdering teenagers?
so I mean, obviously I'm sure Tom's gonna cut in some pictures of Dave as Freddy and do some things with that. But your cosplay is by far the most accurate. And
Thank you.
I've seen people that I'm sure spent more money than you have. Not that your stuff looks cheap, but I've seen some people that spent some serious money.
Yeah.
And to see you in that Freddy Krueger getup, Tom told me about it because the first time you guys recorded, I couldn't be there. I forget why. I had a commitment. I don't remember what it was. But the second time I got to meet you in person.
Oh yeah. You were Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So when Tom, he called me when we were done, when you guys were done the first time. And I said, hey, I'm really sorry I couldn't be there. How'd it go? And the first thing he said, he goes, you got to fucking see this guy that does Freddy Krueger. He goes, not only does he look the part, and it's great. He goes, his Freddy Krueger voice? He's like, we were recording this scene, and it's the one that we did. I'm sure we'll cut it in here.
I
And he
just remember
said-
Tom touching his knees and going down. He's like, holy shit, I wasn't expecting that.
It took my breath away.
Because Tom gave you the line, which is you're supposed to say, oh, we're in the ER. I thought this was the sleep study lab.
Yeah.
But you just all of a sudden, ER. And then, he sent me the clip of it before it was even like edited.
ER! Some joker down the hallway told me this was the sleep study lab.
Cut. I was not prepared for the voice to come out of that.
I know. I was like, wow. I thought we were just doing the reaction.
Was that really loud?
We got the whole thing.
It was
there.
amazing. Oh my god, I didn't like that.
All right, I'm gonna keep roll. I'm just gonna keep roll.
And I was pissing my fucking pants. I was like, oh my God, his mask is incredible, but like his voice might be even better. Like I was always a pretty big horror fan when I was young. Freddy Krueger wasn't my favorite, but like you make me want to go back and rewatch it because I'm like, this guy is so fucking accurate with his like cosplay of it. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else that like you could convince me that you're Robert Englund playing Freddy Krueger. Like when you're in cosplay, like you.
I think he's better. He's clearly bigger than Robert Englund.
Oh, God.
But if you said to me, we got Robert Englund to come here he comes, I wouldn't be like, that's not him.
Yeah.
Like it's that good.
Robert's like a foot shorter than me. I met him. We took a photo together. And
Oh my God.
He's like up to my shoulder. I walked through the curtain with the photo up and he just kind of looked up at me like, what the fuck? And he's like, all right, well, take the photo. And he kind of just like leaned in on my shoulder. It was
Were you dressed like Freddy?
Oh yeah, full cosplay.
What did he have to say?
He just looked at me. He said, "Holy shit!"
That's awesome.
And, yeah, it wasn't the prosthetic that I have now. It was a little different, not as accurate, but it was still pretty surreal to see Robert and look at me and it's like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "I'm gonna put the glove away," and he's like, "I'm gonna kind of pretend to like not know who like this guy is." It was pretty surreal. It was pretty cool.
Well, it was probably tough for him because you probably looked so accurate that he was impressed, but he's also afraid of ogres. So, you know.
Yeah. He grew up in a very poor village. They were terrorized at night. It was tough for him to sleep at night and to keep his vegetables in a wooden cart in front of his house. He always kept a hot bucket of pitch on the roof.
So how long have you been cosplaying as Freddy Krueger?
6 months.
Really? That's it?
No, like a couple of years, like 3 or 4 years.
I was gonna say, like,
hey,
what?
Dave, leave the jokes up to Rob. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that he got me there. Is Freddy the first thing you ever cosplayed as?
Yeah, and I actually had no idea what cosplay was when I started. When I started, it was a pretty cheesy. It wasn't cheap by any means, but Freddy wasn't great. Like the prosthetic that I had and like the fedora and stuff. It was I'll try to find a photo somewhere, but bought it as a Halloween costume because I'm just obsessed with horror and Freddy, is pretty badass and does what he wants. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna buy silicone mask. And it actually started, I went to Salem years back and I saw this, what I thought at the time was a really decent Freddy, and I was like, I want to be that guy because people are fucking swarming him, and I want to have the coolest costume, so I'm gonna go to Salem with this kick-ass Freddy costume. And at the time I thought what I bought was pretty sweet, and I look back at it now and it, not so great, but it just went from there. And I went to Rhode Island Comic-Con a few years back and walked around the convention floor, and I had a queue line of people just watching me put the stuff on, and I said, holy shit, maybe this is something. And ended up getting a table at ScareCon like that following year, and same prosthetics or whatever. And I put an advertisement out there, just kind of saying that I was going to be there. I had a vendor table, and Mark Patton, who played Jesse in part 2, was a guest at that show. And he reached out to me while I was in the airport, like headed to Florida with my mother. And he's like, hey, this is Mark Patton from, Nightmare on Elm Street part 2. Let's collaborate. We're going to be at the show together. And it was like fangirl moment. And I was like, holy shit. And it's like, of course. And literally it had just gone from there. I had no idea what cosplay was at the time. I bought it as a Halloween costume, and kind of had to look into loopholes because I couldn't call myself an impersonator with licensing and all that fun shit. But
I'm Scary Terry, bitch.
Looks like some sort of legally safe knockoff of an 80s horror character with miniature swords for fingers instead of knives.
I'm Scary Terry. You can run, but you can't hide, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's gone from there. I've worked with Mark quite a lot. I'm at Super Mega Fest in 2 weeks with a decent chunk of the Nightmare on Elm Street 5 cast. Heather Langenkamp, Lisa Wilcox, Amanda Wyss, Ricky Dean Logan, quite a few people. It's been pretty surreal doing what I do, and it's just kind of like a fun hobby.
I mean, I feel like if they were ever to reboot this franchise, like there's a chance you get a phone call.
I don't know about that, but
I'm telling you, man, like it's crazy. Every time I see you and Freddy, I feel like I end up staring at you because I'm like, how is that the same guy that I talked to 5 minutes ago?
A couple things really bother me. Now, so here's the thing: when I see something that's really accurate and really cool, I laugh. And if people don't know me, like someone will show me like a clip of something that they did, and I'll laugh at it, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, he doesn't like it," and I have to explain to them, "No. When I see something that I really like, I laugh, I get jazzed about it, right?" So, a couple things: the bottoms of your pants are frayed.
Yeah.
And it really fucking bothers me. Your boots.
Ooh, we said that when we were at
Yep. Okay, so I'll tell.
Yeah.
So this goes back. This goes back to childhood.
Creepy pants or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. This goes back to childhood. I always remember looking at the boots of Santa Claus and seeing the fucking spats that went over the shoes, like the fake boot tops.
Yeah.
And from a very young age, I was taken right out of it. I'm like, that's horseshit, right? Why can't you have real boots? I remember being in a dune buggy with my dad and this guy that was dressed like Batman, and he had his shirt open. There was separation between the cowl, and this is like Adam West Batman, right? There was separation between the cowl and his shirt, and you could see his hairy chest and a gold chain. And I'm sitting there in my dad's lap. We're taking this dune buggy ride, and I'm staring right at this gold chain. I'm like, that is not Batman. What the
That's
fuck?
Guido Batman.
Yeah. We're not going. The Batcave isn't located.
Hey, stop committing crimes. Oh, hey.
Stop doing crimes with your idiot fucking crime boss, the Penguin. You hear me?
No, you're going Irish. We got to go back to Guido. Wait.
Oh, right. Sorry. So the attention to detail is crucial, and I hate your fucking frayed pants on the bottom there. Your boots fucking freak me out. In the latex burnt hand, or the silicone burnt, whatever it's made out of, that hand is trouble. That's trouble, right? And thank God, I mean, nowadays you're able to pull something like that off. But like, I mean, I went as Freddy for Halloween, like when I was a kid. What could you do with that hand? Nothing. It was just a fucking hand, right? Everybody knew that Freddy was burnt. Yeah. But when you see that silicone, and even like the little, like where the fingernails were, because they're gone, it's so fucking gross. But it's so good, so good. Yeah. Plus, your height is like, you got a lot of mass. Like, it's very intimidating. You know when you're standing behind somebody. Like, I could feel it the day we shot that with Terrificon, because he fucking kept coming up to me and put a razor blade, like he just flicked like the back of my.
What Tom's trying to say is we're putting together a rec league basketball team and we're looking for a center. I
don't know how to phrase it. I'm sorry.
How's your free throws? I mean, we think in the paint you're gonna get hacked a lot with your size.
Fucking, he's a roller man. I can tell.
Now you've told me when we're talking, like, the hardest thing about you is how much you sweat in that silicone mask.
Fucking horrible.
I mean, I'm guessing, like, I know you did some stuff recently with Halloween, but you were outdoors. I know you're still hot there. Yeah. I'm sure the Comic-Cons, like, I mean, at Terrificon, anything indoors or anything at Tom's warehouse, which, depending on the time of year, is the hottest place on earth or the coldest place on earth.
Right.
That was pretty unbearable.
Where, like, are you, when you went out in October in New England, obviously really nice weather, but probably like 40s, 50s, are you still sweating?
Yeah. When it's, even if it like 30s outside, when it's like super cold out, I did Salem a few years ago, and I would sweat, but it's weird because the air will go through the sweater, so I'll be cold, but like I'll still dump sweat because that silicone's like just under a 1/4 inch thick. So it holds all the heat, and it comes down to like the middle of my chest, and it'll just collect in the chin, and it like forces me to like drink my sweat, which is kind of gross. Otherwise
you're rehydrating. You're rehydrating.
Yeah, otherwise it like pours out of my eyes and my nose holes, and like it's gross. So
wow.
Yeah, I've gotten used to that, unfortunately.
We're going to get Kim Wyman to suck that out with a straw for you.
Yep. She's your girl.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. I mean, but when it's cold outside, it's a weird sensation because the silicone itself is cold, but I'm still sweating and it sticks to my face.
I'm going to borrow that and go skiing in the winter to stay warm.
Stop giving me ideas. We could shoot Freddy shit from now on.
Segway down a mountain while skiing. Yeah, something.
I mean, Dave, do you ski?
Yeah, right.
Do you water
At this
ski?
height, I'd hit my head off the poles.
I'm pretty accident prone when it comes to shit like that.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I can ski backwards, Tom. I can hold the cam and just ski backwards, and we can get Freddie coming down. Move out of the way, bitch.
We have technology now. We have drones. We don't need any of the Kennedys on the ski slope.
Where we're going, we won't need drones. Oh, God.
College try, but you can't promise.
So now, how did we? I know I met Dave because of you. How did you meet Dave? Was it Liz and Eli, or was it a posting you did online that we were looking for cosplayers?
No, it was because Liz and Alvin they spread it all around on their Facebook pages that we needed people for the shoot. So
yeah, because
had...
obviously I met him there, and then at Terrificon, and then he was at Levi's funeral.
Right. Yes. R.I.P. But I had seen all the photos that Liz had taken of Dave like over the years. And
to Dave's credit, Tom told me a while ago, he's like, oh, we're going to get this thing for cosplayers. And I got a Captain Marvel coming and this guy with an Iron Man suit. And I got a Rocket Raccoon. He goes, this guy that's doing Freddy. He's like, this guy that's doing Freddy Krueger. And again, I like horror movies, so for me, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But I'm like, it doesn't really fit the theme of like, yeah, like, oh, I got Iron Man, Rocket Raccoon, Captain Marvel, and Freddy Krueger. And but he said he's like this guy. He's like, wait till you see Freddy. And this was before he recorded with you. Then he sent me that video of you, and I was like, I can't fucking wait to see this. Then I show up, and then we're doing the elevator thing, and you're getting in the elevator as Chef Freddy with the fucking baby corpse. And I'm like, this guy is out of his mind. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there with a bunch. I played Wolverine and I smoked a cigar, and I'm in this tiny elevator that we built with a bunch of people with very expensive costumes. And I'm like, I'm making all of their costumes like reek of cigar right now. And I feel like such an asshole.
So
and
they
I
smell like
him,
balls and smoke now.
Well, so I said to Tom, I'm like, well, at this point, like what if I put the cigar out and it's just in my mouth? He's like, no, keep going. In fact, when Mitch talks, blow the smoke at him.
My notes are crucial.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, every fucking person here is like this fucking asshole. First of all, he's the worst cosplayer of all of us. Yes, I was just Wolverine. Like, I'm just trying to be a part of this.
I wouldn't say worse, but
second of all, he's ruining my fucking $1,000 suit right now with his fucking Camacho cigar. And I'm trying to be so polite afterwards. I'm like, hey guys, I'm really sorry, like, about the smoke. Like, can I get anyone a drink? Can I do it? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Go fuck yourself.
Fuck off.
But we talked about it earlier. I'm repeating myself now, but I truly can't say, like, I've never seen anyone get into character the way that you do. Is it like a release where like I can be an asshole now, but it's okay because it's not me?
It's weird because I still feel like it's me, and I forget that like I have a completely different face over like. So I still am pretty shy with what I'll do in Freddy, but like I know how to like portray the character, but I'm still like I limit myself as to what I'll do because I'll walk out into a room and still think that people are looking at Dave, and so it's weird.
So the erections make sense then.
Yeah. Now, like if I don't talk to people outside of Freddy before going into the room or for a booking or whatever, if they have no idea what I look like, I have no problem getting into character and doing whatever. But if they know what I look like, I walk into that room thinking that they're looking at Dave. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but
I get it. When you get in costume and stuff like that, and especially if you're doing like a voice or something outrageous, you know what I mean? Yeah, it gives you a little bit more freedom to say shit that you normally wouldn't say. Just blame in the character.
I mean, even just like the prank that we played on Liz and Andre at his funeral, when you jumped out and scared them, that fucking picture.
Happy birthday, bitch.
Happy birthday!
Fucking nailed it. That picture is incredible because Levi is more scared than anybody, but Liz is like, but the look on his face. But
It looks like the roller coaster pics, right? When people are on like the roller coaster and it snaps a picture, like when you're upside down in the loop, they're like,
it's one of those things too, like where when you're in that character and you're doing the voice. So the first time I ever did anything with Tom on camera, I was really stupid. So I was playing a spoof of Bran from Game of Thrones, and I could do the Bran voice. And Tom sent me the script, and it's not very long, and I read it and I memorized it. I never once practiced reading my lines in the voice. So all of a sudden, I went to do the scene, and I could do the voice or the line, or I just struggled to do both. Obviously, a lot of what you're doing is kind of ad-libbing, so I'm guessing that's a little easier. But do you ever find, like, when you're being Freddy, like, do you ever slip into Dave voice by accident?
It's really hard. Like, doing a Freddy voice hurts, so I try to reserve it for like promotional videos and short things like that.
My Michael Rooker voice hurts my throat, and my Lou Brown from Major League, I can only do that for probably 2 minutes, and then I'm hoarse for 3 days. Like,
yeah, I've recorded videos multiple times because I'll screw up and I'll just, it doesn't sound right to me, and it's a very specific pitch, and if it doesn't sound right to me, I won't put it out there. But I find myself,
if it doesn't sound right, I send it back. Yeah,
20 to 30 takes sometimes, and at the end of it, I'm just like, fuck it. If it
you hear that, 20 to 30 takes. That's why I like Dave.
Yeah.
Take 12, Tom.
I get it.
I did a promotion video for when I did New Jersey HorrorCon, and it was the first time I had gone up to Liz's place to do a photo shoot. It was the first time we shot like outside of a convention, and she had never heard the voice either at that point. So it was kind of the same reaction. But I think I made her do like 6 or 7 takes because it wasn't, it just looked at me. It's like, what the fuck? Like, where'd that come from? And yeah.
See, I keep thinking, like, I gotta find. Listen, I'm not ever gonna be like a full-time cosplayer like you are. Like, you're great at it. It's great. Like, I had fun.
This is a hobby.
No. I know you have a full-time job. I mean, but like, you're committed to, like, Freddy's your thing. You go around as Freddy. I did the Wolverine thing. It was one of those things where it was like, I could pull it off. Like, I have facial hair. I'll trim it to be the mutton chops.
I like to smoke in public places. Yeah.
It's obvious enough to people that I'm Wolverine. Like, I didn't want to like show up and try to be someone and have be like, who's that guy? I wanted to be able to walk in like, that's Wolverine. But like, I was thinking like, maybe next time we do this, who could I be? And again, I like horror. So I was like, I could always just get a Michael Myers mask because I love Halloween, but I don't have the height that you do. I'm not short, but I'm not tall like you.
Yeah.
So I think playing the Shape or Michael Myers is out of the question. I'm gonna have to keep digging at this. I mean, Tom, I think it's pretty obvious. We'll have you play Leprechaun, and maybe I can. I
got that little car I can drive around.
I could probably do Jason Voorhees. Jason Voorhees wasn't too tall, but see, like, I feel like that's so lame because it's just the hockey mask, and even Michael Myers, it's just the mask. Like, Freddy, you're actually like, it would be so easy for you to do Michael Myers.
I love to do Michael. It's just very easy. Anybody can pull off Michael.
No speaking, no voice, mechanic jumpsuit, William Shatner mask painted white, shave the sideburns off.
Well, see, you say that, but you could scroll through 60 pics of people dressed like Mike Myers, and you're like, oh, I didn't know he wore a fucking. Oh, did he have the Dickies logo on his fucking blue jumpsuit? Did he have the elastic fucking waist? Like, there's a lot of little details about those things that you have to get right. And when you see the guy that's doing it right, and I'll tell you what I think is amazing, the guys that do Jason and they do the real hockey mask over like the fucking latex head it's like all fucked up, and that Jason I think is the best one, other than just like, some guy straps a fucking hockey mask on with.
I like Statham.
No weathering.
That's my favorite Jason.
What do you like?
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
My wife is literally texting me to ask if my Manhattan came out okay.
God bless her.
Send
it back.
If
the Manhattan is not in a glass, I send it back.
We've already talked about this with some other people, but just because we're kind of on the Michael Myers train here. How'd you like Halloween Kills?
It was overhyped.
I gave it like a C-.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was enjoyable to watch. I probably wouldn't watch it again.
I'm probably gonna because I'm a sucker. So Halloween's my favorite horror series. I'll tell you the truth. I prefer Halloween from the standpoint of I think the original Halloween is like the best horror movie in terms of just my favorite. Not how it was shot, any of that. I like all that, but it's just my personal favorite. Nightmare on Elm Street is the second scariest to me. Similar to the reason, so Chucky is the first scariest. It's not because to this day I think it is. It's because I saw Chucky when I was like 4 years old. So that's Child's Play scared the shit out of me because I was too young to be seeing it. But I remember the first time there's not many movies that I remember the first time I ever saw them. The first time I saw Nightmare on Elm Street, I was at my grandparents' house in Billerica, Massachusetts. My aunt, she is the youngest of 5, so she's only 10 years older than me. I was like 5 and she was 15 and she was watching it. And I remember just like running from the room. So I didn't watch the whole movie. I just saw Freddy come out with his claws and I was like, what the fuck is happening? I'm about to get Child's Played all over again because my aunt tortured me with that the year before. And so I ran from the room. I was never afraid of Michael Myers because I didn't see Halloween probably till I was 14 or 15. Yeah. And objectively, I think the big 3 in horror are Freddy, Michael, and Jason. I don't know if Hellraiser, Pinhead's there, Poltergeist was scary, but I think the big 3 for horror villains are Freddy, Michael, and Jason. I think Freddy is infinitely the most scary. It's kind of like the Jaws scene with the blackest eyes.
Hey, Lonnie. Get your ass away from there. Get your ass away from there. Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
I'm assuming, I don't know this because I've never spoken to you about it. I'm assuming you're a big Friday the 13th fan?
Me?
Yeah.
I've never watched a complete Friday the 13th movie.
That's fucking incredible.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead serious. I've never got into the franchise.
This is so great.
If I had an asshole sewn onto my elbow right now, I would be less surprised than I am.
I think when I was younger, my parents rented Jason X or something about a spaceship, but
Jason in space.
Yeah, or
Jason in space.
Cox in space.
I think that's the only film I saw, but I don't remember watching the entire thing.
Now, what about Freddy versus Jason?
I mean, I've seen it, but it's not really a Friday the 13th.
So I'm not sure. I think, what does Dave do? What do you actually do for a living? I don't know. I've met you a few times. We've talked. I've never asked you anything.
I'm a medic. I work in the emergency room. I came off the truck probably 2 years ago, and
never what I would have guessed.
Yep. Yeah, between the emergency room and urgent care right now.
So I save people at night or during the day, and I murder them by night.
Yeah.
Why does Dave know the name of every anesthesiologist in this place?
This is making a lot more sense now. I do regularly confuse the two of them. I know which one it is. I know Freddy is Nightmare and I know Jason is Friday.
Right. Yeah.
So when I asked you
Friday the 13th with Chris Tucker,
we're going to cut. Come on, man. We're going to cut this part out. So when I asked you that other question, it makes a lot more sense now. Cause I said, how many of the Friday the 13th have you seen? And you answered with Jason X. And I was like, who gives a fuck about Jason? I'm asking about Freddy. I meant to ask you. I fucked up. So you're a big
again.
Yeah. So you are a big Nightmare the 13th fan.
Sure.
Nightmare on Elm Street. You're a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan. I tried so hard to talk slowly so that I wouldn't fuck it up, and I just combined the two.
Dave, were you inspired the first time you laid eyes on Camp Crystal Lake?
Huh?
It's Friday the 13th, or Friday the Elm Street, if you're me.
Friday the Elm Street.
And I didn't mean to make this, we wanted to talk to you, I didn't mean to make this all about horror movies, especially wasting 10 minutes where I'm talking about one and you're talking about a different one. But I'd love to say that this is another time where I got too drunk. No, I'm perfectly sober. I'm just a moron. I just named the wrong fucking movie. But I guarantee you, I'm not the only person to confuse the two of those movies ever.
No,
I did it. I did it today with you on the phone.
Yeah, you did. We were talking on the phone. And I was like, "Do you mean Nightmare on Elm Street?" And it's kind of funny because
it's the Jason the 13th.
He did. He's like, "Yeah, Jason," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Jason the 13th," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I hear adults do it all the time at conventions because I'll like pick on little kids, and that's how I kind of get them to come over to the table to take pictures. Like,
oh, look at the guy from Friday the 13th scaring the kids.
Yep, that's exactly what they do. They're like, "Oh yeah, he's from Friday the 13th," and I'm like, "Fucking idiot."
So in my opinion, scary, Freddy's the best. Best movie, Michael Myers is the best. Best fucking recognition and name, it's Friday the 13th, hands down. Because anytime it's Friday the 13th, like Jason Voorhees means nothing to me. If I see anything that
you can't develop that. They just walk around.
And
that's other than the how do you develop that?
Other than the
hey, what's John Carpenter doing? That's great. That's great.
That's not John Carpenter.
I know, but John Carpenter plays his own fucking music on his dumb Casio fucking keyboard and all his fucking movies. His fucking synthesizer. That's him.
Stop shitting on Halloween. When you finish Indiana James, you can shit on John Carpenter, all right?
What? Anybody could write his fucking songs. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the Billy Joel demo doesn't cut in between.
I love the original Halloween. I enjoy all of them other than Resurrection. That's where I like Halloween H2O. I still liked Halloween Kills. It's not great, but I love the Michael Myers character. I really liked the 2018 version. When they brought Laurie Strode back. I like that they said Halloween H2O didn't happen. We're just gonna push that to the side.
So I enjoyed the 2018 one. That was all right. But then they said that every previous movie it just picked up from the end of 1.
2. The end of 2.
Oh, yes.
So, because 2 is literally a continuation of the same night as 1. It's just it's Laurie Strode in the hospital. It's the same story. So this new timeline is Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 2018, then Halloween Kills, then now it's going to be Halloween Ends after that. They took 6 movies and fucking threw them out, not even including the Rob Zombie remakes, which I didn't hate, but I didn't like.
Yeah.
Evil dies tonight. Maybe.
Evil dies tonight.
Maybe.
Evil dies tonight.
Yeah, I thought they were going to kill him off, and then he just kind of popped up.
Well, that's the next movie because they claim Halloween Ends will be the last one. At least until the Akkad family realizes that they want to make more money, and then
until they're out of money.
Halloween Rebegins will come out.
He's got to knock somebody up.
It's like Dunder Mifflin Infinity 2.0. What is happening? How many fucking masks does this guy have?
So these were on Halloween clearance at Target for 90% off. I got them for $3.
He's got more fucking masks than Hannibal Lecter.
Wait, was she a great big fat person?
Oh, wait. She's a great big fat person. I don't think this guy's seen 10 movies. And 7 of them were Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much sure that he's a serial killer and he actually goes around as Freddy.
He's busy
stalking people. So Tom and I had an idea. We're going to write a new, because I say all the time, there's 2 things that we don't have enough of. Good new horror movies and good sports movies. So I said we should write a movie about people in like Salem that are sick of like Salem's dying down, like people aren't into it enough. So someone starts actually murdering people in Salem just to kind of get the juices flowing again. Like the Blair Witch Project has died off. People aren't afraid of Jason or Freddy or Michael.
It's like if the people from Amity brought in like Chum the Waters intentionally. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
There's a movie called Behind the Mask that is basically that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that one he saw. Right? He pulls out Behind the Mask.
Yeah. You ask him if he's fucking seen Top Gun. He goes, not sure what that is. But have you seen Behind the Mask?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a mockumentary. Basically, this serial killer who this crew basically follows, and they get like the behind the scenes. It's almost as if they like
Is there full
Freddy,
penetration?
Jason, everybody, like these actual serial killers are real. And they follow this one guy who had apparently drowned when he was younger. So there was like a whole backstory to him, and he's
Drowned in the lake. They got that right from Friday the 13th.
Yeah, and they mention all of that.
Never heard of it.
Imagine when the plumber comes over and he's like, "Hey, just take a look up in the attic."
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Dave pulls down the stairs. All he can see looking up from the floor is the boiler and shit. Why got a boiler in your attic?
So
that's all right.
the
Go
only
right up there.
The only good news here is at least when I tangented.
You went off on a rant?
The fuck you talking about?
Went off on a tangent?
Whenever I went off a side tangent, it was very obvious, so you'll be able to cut it out quick.
Right.
A lot of it was me just telling Dave how to live his life and not so much, us having conversation on here. So the good news is we've talked for an hour and a half.
Right.
You've only got 40 minutes of usable audio. The rest is just me telling Dave that he needs to watch Netflix.
On the upside, we're going to stiff him for the $680 bill for his life coaching.
$680? I thought you told me $620.
Well, he's a friend.
It's a VIG.
What's the VIG?
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Surprise, bitch.
Oops.
The
joke's on him. We're going to have Liz Ellis jump out of the backdrop as soon as he gets the mask on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with our friend Freddy Krueger. Freddy, we know you've had a busy Halloween season. How did you spend your time this Halloween, and what's one cool thing that you did on Halloween?
Chasing the little shits.
I know from experience, you go to that one house and the lady gives you like the apple, or you get like a bag of pennies. What do you think the best way probably is to get back at somebody like that?
Speaking of pennies, I've heard that eating an asshole can taste like a copper penny. Can you confirm?
Yes, he just said yes. Wow. We went from giving out trick-or-treat candy to eating assholes. It's a perfect segue.
Well, it's a natural progression.
What's ringing?
Freddie, you got a call coming in, bitch?
Oh, please take this on camera.
Hello? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tom?
Yeah.
Hey. Tom's here. Yeah.
Okay.
No. CVS Pharmacy. Yeah. Hemorrhoid cream. Okay. No. I'll give him the message. Okay, bye. Sorry.
Now there was a label on that said portable phone. In no way is that phone portable.
When he pulled that fucking gigantic phone out, I almost died.
Who knew Freddy was a prop guy? He's a prop guy. I love this. He's fucking Carrot Top. So, Freddy, we know that you're probably in the afterlife right now with a very good friend of ours, Alvin. How's he doing down there?
That's good. Yeah.
Is he still drinking White Russians?
Yeah. Lots of Don Julios and yeah.
Has his bowling game improved at all? Can't pick up a 7-10 split, Kenny.
Nope. Fingers are too big. They don't fit in the holes.
Well,
so, Freddie, give me a little bit of the backstory. What was it like growing up on Crystal Lake?
It was wet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really wet.
Maybe you can tell us something about your charity work. I know you have a charity set up. You do a lot of work with the Shriners for burn victims. Is that true?
Yep. Do a lot of that.
And I know one of your big fundraisers that you guys do is that you do the celebrity sleepover, which I think is a great idea. So what you do is you get a bunch of celebrities together and they all go on like a bit of a camp out, and then everybody spends the night and everyone donates money for sleeping. And then you donate that to all of these, the victims of neighborhood crimes, right? All the pedophiles that have been murdered by people in the neighborhood. Is that true?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
It's quite the angle, considering the fact that, I mean, nowadays, Pete, the whole pedophile thing, people aren't that big on it. They kind of frown upon it, I would say. But you somehow managed to squeeze some lemonade out of that. So good on you.
Squeezing something.
Right.
So I know that you obviously you've gotten around before. Have you ever vacationed in Haddonfield, Illinois?
Nope.
So what would you recommend doing for some of our listeners at home to get a better night's sleep?
Some ZzzQuil, NyQuil, some rum, lots of Benadryl.
Right. And then so you can take each one of those individually or
all together.
Oh, that's all together. Well,
it's like a mixed drink. They call it a Krueger.
Sorry, this room's taken. A ghost walked into his attic and went, oh, sorry, this room's taken. Got it. It's full up, fellas. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, start from the side and then
they double booked, Alice. We have to find somewhere else to stay. God damn it.
Fuck, Steve, do not raise your voice to me, Steve.
Like and subscribe, bitch.
Fucking nightmare fuel. You know what I really don't like about what Dave's doing to me is that, see, sharks are my number one, but they're in the water. I'm not in the water. Dave, he's out there on foot. You know what I mean? Dave's accessible. I don't like
if he can survive in Worcester, he can survive anywhere.
Probably even water. All right,
Worcester, the Sunshine State.
Go Hoosier.
Thanks for listening to the Too Critical podcast. Go fuck yourself.
It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
That's old man Krueger.
He was walking over by my house and told me that he saw Jason Voorhees in his driveway.
Now you look like the Freddy Krueger that reminds the people in the neighborhood to rake up their leaves.
Thanks for listening. See you in your dreams, bitch.
That was it.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Oh.
We know.
I got a neighbor whose son's a real dickhead. I could really use your services.
Yeah, let me know. yeah.
If they're listening, I'm talking to the house on the other side.
Just call Dave. You got Dave's number? You can call him.
Yeah.
Give him a jingle.
That fucking phone, when he pulled out the massive phone, I was dying laughing.
That's better than the red phone.
I know.
I bought this specifically to pull it out on this call because I was like, fuck, Tom always has a phone and he fucking talks.
That is so great. That'd be the only way to top it is if I'm on a red phone and someone walks up behind me with an even bigger
portable phone. Look at the size of the fucking antennas. Look at my head.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh, Christ.
We'll figure it out.
All right, Dave. Thanks for coming
Dave.
on, man.
Get some sleep, buddy.
Will do.
All right. Bye.
All right.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Happy birthday,
Dave.
Dave, you fucking nailed it.
Thanks for listening to the Too Critical podcast. Go fuck yourself.
We sincerely hope you enjoy the program. Please check us out where all podcasts are sold and check out our YouTube channel as well. Thank you for listening and thank you for your support. If you don't like the show, go fuck yourself.
Tommy, come on!